Well, can you believe it's week 4? So at this point, by the end of the week, you'll be halfway through this class. Now, as we look at what our focus is going to be this week, is we're going to be looking at the 3 accrediting bodies for nursing education. For a long time, there were really only 2 accrediting bodies, and over the past couple years, a 3rd body has been added. So your focus then this week is going to be to review the guidelines and the standards for all 3 of those accrediting bodies and see how they differ and where the similarities may be. There's going to be a discussion question, and the discussion question is going to kind of focus on your personal discussion of the accrediting bodies, but then it's also going to ask you to share some of your personal experiences with accreditation. And I know in the past with myself and with some of my peers, there's been some positive and some negative experiences. So I'm going to look forward to see what you have prepared and what your experiences may be that you will share with us. There's also the second assignment that is due this week. And you'll see that what you want to do is to compare and contrast 2 different accrediting bodies. And just remember, those of you in a clinical setting, you can use your clinical education guidelines and then compare them to one of the nursing higher education guidelines. So you'll have those 2 that you can compare and contrast. The other thing I wanted to mention, and I did mention it a little bit last week, and that is that when you have an accrediting body come in to do an accreditation for you, and this is important for those of you who may be new to accreditation, what you want to be aware of and remember is that those peer reviewers are coming in to assure that you're doing what you say that you're doing. So the accrediting body sets the standards and the guidelines, and your organization sets the policy. So when those peer reviewers come in, they're going to be looking at your policies to be sure that there's evidence that you are meeting the guidelines and the standards that they have set for accreditation. So that's really important for you to remember. The accrediting body does not set policy. They're going to set the standards and the guidelines. Your institution sets the policy. So as you go through this, I want you just to kind of keep that in mind. I did want to mention that your references are looking really good. You are using peer-reviewed journals, which is excellent. And when you use peer-reviewed journals, your articles are much better, and then you have much better information to use in your support of your discussion, whatever your position may be that you're trying to support. So at this point, I think that's all I have to say. If you have any questions for me, you can always email me or post a message within the class, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. So have a great week, everyone.